because obviously a lot of people are going to panic and sell.
I mean, everything's just inflated right now, so.
You can't panic sell. I really think that that's the worst thing that you can do.
Let's say that the market crashed 50% tomorrow. What would you do?
Might leave the country, don't know, depends if it's global or just the US.
What's up, guys? I am on the Mana truck in downtown Cleveland. Awesome food truck, awesome food. I had the brisket this afternoon. Today we are downtown asking people what they think about a stock market crash. Is the market going to crash, and what would they do if the market crashed? Let's go and find out. All right, so are you worried right now about a stock market crash?
Not right now, but I haven't been on Fidelity lately to check what
Okay.
investments are like.
Are you worried about a stock market crash?
Right now, I wouldn't say so.
Why not?
I just feel like there's a lot of things that we can implement and put in place to make sure everything doesn't go too bad. It could definitely recede a little bit, obviously.
Maybe a little correction, a little slight pullback, whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, it's always going to fluctuate, but I feel like it's like the concept is too big to fail. I feel like that definitely stands in place, and I feel like you can do a whole lot to kind of prevent it from doing it. So.
Yeah. All right. Are you worried about a stock market crash right now?
Wait, no.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Okay, no, I'm not worried.
Okay. Why not? Why aren't you worried?
Because I have a lot of money saved up, so I don't know. No, in the stocks.
Oh, in the stock market. Okay. Are you worried about a stock market crash?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, everything's just inflated right now, so yes.
So, are you worried about a stock market crash right now?
Yeah, probably within the next 5 years, if I had to guess.
Okay. All right, Matt. Are you worried about a stock market crash?
No, it sits in the back of your head, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Are you worried about a stock market crash?
Yeah, too much.
You're worried about it?
Yeah, more is too much. It affects every people in the world.
Right. Are you worried about the stock market crashing?
I think with the current market, I don't think it's going to completely crash, because I feel like that there's a lot of other factors that go along with that.
Right.
And I don't think that we have all the timelines set up in place to actually have that crash.
Yeah.
And I really don't believe that's going to happen.
So, are you worried about a stock market crash?
No,
No.
No. Why not?
because I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Pretty much. I'm like, nah.
Will.
Yeah.
So, are you worried about a stock market crash right now?
No,
Why not?
because I don't really invest a lot in stocks.
Okay. Are you worried about a stock market crash?
I'm worried about a stock market correction,
Okay.
but not necessarily a crash.
Okay.
There are doomsday people out there. I won't mention any names that say it's going to be worse than 2008, it's going to be worse than 2001, it's going to be worse than 1929. I don't believe that. I don't think that there are those elements existing in the economy, etc., that would precipitate that. But I am worried about a correction, a pullback, yeah.
So there was pretty mixed answers there. Some people said they're worried about the market crashing. Some people said they're not worried about the market crashing. The next thing that I want to start asking about is, what would you do if the market crashed? Would you panic sell? Would you go buy more? Would you just sit tight? Let's go and find out right now. Let's say that the stock market did crash tomorrow. Let's say it dropped 50%. What would you do?
I would keep my investments in and not pull out because I want to make a profit off of what I have in the market right now. And
Great
just hope
answer.
It goes back up.
Great answer. Would you buy more?
Yes, yeah, honestly, yeah.
Awesome. So let me ask, let's go hypothetical. If the market pulled back 50% tomorrow, what would you do?
Definitely panic, as I'm sure a lot of people would. I think the important thing to do in times like that is kind of learned it through COVID is just to be patient, wait for things to adjust and kind of play out, because obviously a lot of people are going to panic and sell. Depending on what made it happen, I mean, I could even see myself picking up more, start buying, buy the dip, I guess you could say. But yeah, I think that's what I would do.
Awesome. Let me put a scary situation out there. The stock market falls 50% tomorrow.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I don't know. I guess you just got to keep trucking along. Like, I got no control over it. You just got to look on the bright side. You just got to keep moving on, do your thing, keep going to work.
Would you buy more?
Would you buy more? Yeah.
Awesome.
I buy low. Buy low, sell high.
There you go.
That's what my dad taught me.
There you go. So let's say that the market did fall 50% tomorrow. What would you do?
No,
nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll go back up.
Yeah. Yep. Would you buy more?
Buy a shit ton. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's say that the market crashed 50% tomorrow. What would you do?
I'd have to make a lot of calls. Potentially we look at moving some kind, probably where job market might be a little bit better. Might leave the country, don't know, depends if it's global or just the US. Yeah, it depends how big it is, because if it's just the US, you know.
Would you buy more?
I probably.
You have to think you have a 50% discount on a lot of companies.
That's true, but I'd be losing a lot at the same time. I'd probably be more focused on necessities.
Cut back spending a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. No fun. No subscriptions. No Netflix. No Netflix. No nothing. Yeah.
If it did happen, let's say stocks fell 50% tomorrow, what would you do?
I'm in the stock market. I'm going to stay in the stock market. I trade, so, you know, things will be on sale. I'm not too worried about it.
Potential opportunity to buy more?
For sure. I mean, if you follow the trends, it'll go back up.
Trend is your friend.
Doesn't stay low. It'll always go back up.
So if the market crashed, let's say tomorrow it fell 50%, what would you do?
50, I mean, it's big chance to buy, really. It's 50% is too much big, big fall. Big fall and chance to buy, really, yeah. I will do it.
So you're finding stocks at a discount, so you're going to hold what you have and just keep buying more?
Yes, of course, correct.
Awesome. Okay, let's go hypothetical then. If the market crashed 50% tomorrow, what would you do?
That's a hard one because your first instinct is you want to pull out every asset you have, but the smart thing, at least in my mind, is to keep that asset keep going, because that market might come back up, and you might actually end up with more money than you did before, and you can buy in that crash if you really want to, if you're feeling risky.
Yeah, and you're young. Would you buy more?
It depends on the company. I think with like companies that are more established, I feel like they'll make that big comeback, but I'm not necessarily going to do like a risk buy, you know?
So let me ask you a question. If stocks fell 50 to 75% tomorrow, would you pay more attention and what would you do?
I do have a 401k, so maybe.
I'm like, there went all my retirement money.
Okay. Yeah. Now, would you panic and sell everything, or would you go and buy more if things fell in half?
I don't know.
You're supposed to go buy more when it's low, and then so that way when it rises, you're double your
yourself. I'd probably buy more.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Let me ask you this: if the market were to fall in half or fall 75%, you get a big discount on it. Would you start buying? Would you start paying attention?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What would you go and start buying? What would your first purchases be?
Probably like somewhere where AI or tech, you know what I'm saying? Probably Tesla, you know, they winning. So
you pay a little bit of attention?
Yeah, I did some few investments before. I'm more in real estate. I believe in real estate.
Okay. So if there was a pullback, what would your strategy be? What would you do?
Well,
with what you have in the market and money that you have on the side?
Yeah, so if there's a pullback, the only thing you can do is hope for nicer weather. You can't panic sell. Yeah. I really think that's the worst thing that you can do. It's like, oh my gosh, my stocks I've lost 10%, 20%, and you just have to know, if you've been an investor for a long time, everything goes in cycles. Ride the wave. It's going to go back up eventually. It may not be for a month. It may not be for a year, but it'll eventually go back.
Would you buy more?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't, but I always kick myself that I don't.
So guys, as you can see, some people are worried about a stock market crash. Some people are not. Some people are saying, hey, we're going to have some type of pullback. But to my surprise, very surprising, a lot of people said that they wouldn't panic and they would buy more. And that's the most important lesson here. Do not panic in times of trouble, tumult, chaos. Be patient. Be patient and look for opportunities to buy more. I know it can be scary. It looks scary when you lose 30 or 40% of your money in a matter of months. But remember what markets do. They cycle. They go like this, but they're going to follow that trend line right up. So guys, subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Click this video right here. It's a beginner series on the stock market. It goes through the very, very basics and it leads you up to being able to buy your first stock. It also gets into some of that patience that it takes to be in the stock market. Have a great day.